guys, Saturn Looms here, and today I'm going to be filming an updated tutorial for this adorable Loomigurumi Turtle, which is designed by me. And this was actually my first tutorial, and the quality was not very good, and I probably didn't explain it very well since it was my first video. So I am finally getting to refilming it, and yeah, so I love this design so much. And it's very popular. So many people made it, which made me so happy. And yeah, so let's get into the materials you'll be needing. So to make this turtle, you're going to be needing a few supplies. So you're going to be needing any type of hook. I use my Rainbow Loom hook as always. You'll be needing a stitch marker or a C-clip. I'll be using a C-clip. You will need polyfill or something to stuff with. You can use tissues, cotton balls, whatever you have. You will also be needing 2 8mm safety eyes, which is what I usually use. I'm just getting my other one. So I usually use 8, but you can use any size you'd like. Excuse me, sorry. And I don't use backings for this design. And for the band colors today, I will be using Jelly Neon Green for the body color. And for the shell color, I will be using pink and blue. This is Sweet's pink and pastel blue. And I've gotten so many questions on how to do the swirl on the turtle, so I will be doing that today so that you guys can see. And for the band count, I have it, but I don't have it in front of me, but it'll be in the description. It's like almost 500 in total, so about a whole pack of bands, but obviously you want a body color and a shell color. So now that we have all of our materials, let's get started. First, we're going to start with the legs, and you're going to be needing 4 of these to make this design. So adjusting my tripod, and I've already made 3, so I'll show you guys how to make 1, and then you can make the others off camera or pause the video, and I'll make, and blah. I'm getting so confused. I already made 3, so you guys are just going to want to pause the video and make a few more, 3 more. So to make the legs, we're going to be starting with a magic ring of 5. If you don't know how to make a magic ring, then I will show you. So first, oops. My background got almost, there we go. So first we're going to start by wrapping a band around our hook 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. There should be 3 little loops. And then you're going to take another one of your body color bands and slide it through, reclaim, and pull this back loop over the front loop. And don't pull that tightly. And you're going to want to go back into the 3 loops of the cap band and pull another band through just the 3 loops, not this back loop. Hold that with your finger, and then pull these back 2 loops over the front one. Oopsies, if that happens, just put the loops back on. Like that. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times so that we have 5 stitches in our magic ring. So in just the 3 loops, and then the back 2 over. So into the cap band, 1 band through just the 3 loops, reclaim, back 2 over the front one. And now you should have 5, so let's count. So that you always start with the one that's on your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to put the C-clip onto the band that's on our hook, like so. And we're going to do single increase around, and we should have 7 stitches. So to make the single, instead of going into the cap band, you're going to go into this first stitch and pull a band through just the stitch, and then the back 2 loops over the front. And then we're going to go into this next stitch, and it's going to be an increase. An increase is just putting 2 stitches in the same stitch, in the same loop or whatever. So we're going to do our normal stitch, and then go back into the same loop that you just did your stitch in, and put another band in that. And that is your increase. And so now we're going to do a single, and then another increase. And then we're going to end on a single, and you should have 7 stitches. So let's move our C-clip up, and let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we're just going to do a 1 row around. So we're just going to put 1 single stitch, or 1 single band in every loop, all the way around. I hope the lighting is okay. But anyway, when you get to your last loop with the C-clip in it, instead of only pulling your band through the loop, you're going to pull your band through everything on your hook, and then slip knot. And then you can take your C-clip off, and there is your leg. I like to just do that just to get it to shape. And now I want you guys to pause the video and make 3 more so that you have 4 legs in total, and come back to me when you're done. Okay, so when you finish making your legs, we are going to start with the head. And for the head, you start with a magic ring of 5 also. So I already showed you guys how to do that, so I can go a little bit quicker this time. And if you make this turtle, I definitely recommend using like a sort of jelly band for the body, because it just is easier, I guess, to work with. But if you use opaque, it still looks fine. I mean, this one I used opaque. I just personally like the look of the jelly on the turtle better. And these bands I got from Michael's. This is where I get a lot of my bands, from the web store, but these I did get from Michael's because they don't sell the jelly neon green on the web store, and I love them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now that you have 5 stitches in your magic ring, we're going to do an increase around. So in every single stitch, we're going to do that increase, which, let me remind you, you put 1 stitch in, and then go back into the same loop and another stitch. And after that, after this, we should have 10 loops all the way around. Sorry if I sound a little bit congested, because I am. My nose is very stuffy because I have super bad allergies. I always let go of my stitches on camera. So now you should have 10, and I'm going to count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we are going to do single increase around. So single, and then an increase. And we're going to repeat this pattern all the way around. And you should have 15 stitches at the end. And like I said in the intro, this was my first ever tutorial. The turtle was the first on my channel, and I remember I was in my kitchen with like a bunch of boxes covering up the light of the window, and I had my tripod bouncing on a bunch of books, tissue boxes, and like juice boxes, because I didn't have my tripod or anything yet. And it was very bad quality, I remember, and it was very long too, because I was very slow on camera back then. I mean, I'm still kind of slow on camera, just because of the position I'm in, but I've definitely gotten faster. And I try to make sure that my fingers don't cover up what I'm doing for you guys. But it's really hard. So once you get to the end, you should have 15, and you should end with an increase. And so let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And now that you have 15, we are going to do 4 rows of single crochet around. It's a different band. And I will do 1 row with you, and then I want you guys to pause the video and do the other 3 by yourself, by your own, on your own, by yourself, whatever. So it's just 1 band in each loop all the way around, and you should have 15 after every single row, because we're not increasing or decreasing. And I haven't uploaded in like 4 weeks. I think it's actually been, yeah, 4 weeks. And I'm so sorry about that. I mean, one weekend it was my birthday and I was like busy. The next weekend I went to a musical, like to watch it, like not be in it. I've worked musicals before, but no, that was like, it was like at a theater. I'm being confusing, I know. And last weekend I just had no motivation whatsoever. I was very tired last weekend. I had a very long week at school. But today, it should be quick because I've made this turtle design like 1,000 times. So, I know it by heart. And now you should have 15 stitches around after your first row. I'm not gonna count because I know I have 15. And now you guys are going to do 3 more rows of single crochet. I'm gonna go off camera and come back to me when you're done. Okay guys, so I am back and I finished my 3 rows. And to count, if you lost track, you can just flip it inside out and find your last increase row, which for me is right here. And then you just count the stitches up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just the way, because usually I don't mark my rows. I just kind of count like in my head, and then I just end up making sure, but this is what it should look like. And now we are going to start decreasing. So this row is going to be a single and a decrease. And if you don't know what a decrease is, then I will show you. So we're going to do 1 single stitch. I'm going to zoom in. Sorry, go. Let me try just to my. Okay. Okay. I think that's good. So here's our single, and then for the decrease, we're going to grab the first half of this loop in the second half of this loop. So it's going to be the front and the back, and then do a stitch on these. Goodness, now hearing myself, I sound so congested. I'm so sorry, guys. And then we're just going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So single, and then the front half, and then the back half. And that's your decrease. And after this row, you should have 10 stitches. And then your last stitch should be a decrease. And now you should have 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one decrease. And then another decrease. But we're going to pull our band through everything and slip knot. And then we can take our C-clip off. And then we are also going to stuff the head. So get your stuffing. And just don't want to overstuff it, but just so it has shape. Like this. And I don't add the eyes on until like when the head is attached to the body. So we can put our head to the side now. And now we can get started with the shell. So you're going to want to get your two colors, or whatever you're doing for your turtle. Like I said, today I'm going to be demonstrating or making the spiral shell. Because I've gotten lots of questions on how to do that, so I will show you. So whatever your first color is for this, if you're doing the spiral, if you're not doing the spiral, just ignore this. You can also do the spiral with multiple colors, so that's cool. So we're going to make a magic ring of 6 for the shell. So if you're doing the spiral, start off with your wrap band with whatever color, and then pull that same color through. And then when you go back into the cap band, you're going to take your second color and pull that through. And then you're going to go and get your other color, my blue. And then you're going to get your pink. And you're just making the magic ring, alternating the colors. But if you're not making the swirl, then it's just a magic ring of 6. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And put my C-clip on. And now we're going to do our increase around, and you should have 12 stitches. And if you're doing a spiral, then you're gonna go and put the same color in each stitch that the color is. That's really confusing. So whenever there's a blue stitch, put a blue stitch. I mean a blue band. And whenever there's a pink band, put a pink band. And you just keep doing that. So I'm increasing around. I really do try my hardest to keep my hands out of the way, but then sometimes that happens. My stitches come undone. Sorry if you can hear my family. Probably can't. It never picks it up. I noticed that about my phone. It never picks up, like, the background noises. But I don't know. That's what I've noticed. So if you're doing the spiral, then it should look something like this. And you should have 12 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now we're going to do a single and an increase around. And like I said, for the swirl, just put the same color band in the stitch that you're going in. So I'm going in a blue stitch right now, and I'm using a blue band. And this is also an increase. So single and increase. And you should end up with 18 stitches. So I think if you're doing the spiral, you kind of get it now. So I'm gonna stop like explaining what I'm doing for the spiral, and I can just focus on doing the shell. And this is probably gonna go on my Etsy. All these turtles that are in this video are on my Etsy. The ones I showed in the intro, those are all on my Etsy. And I am also right now doing a fundraiser for Ukraine, and I'm making Ukraine colored turtles, and those are on my Etsy, so all the proceeds go to Ukraine relief efforts. So if you guys would please help support Ukraine and get a cute little turtle, then that would mean the world to me, because what's happening is horrible, and I just really want to support them. So that is why I'm doing it, and who doesn't want a cute little turtle? And I've gotten so many orders for them, just not on Etsy, just like in-person sales. I have like so many to make. I've already made like 7, which may not seem like a lot, but then I have to make 21 in total. So, but it's all for a good cause, so it's fine. All good. So now you should have 18 stitches around, and if you're doing a spiral, it should look like this. So you're going to count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So now we're going to do single increase, so 2 single stitches, so 1 and 2, and then an increase. And you should have 24 stitches when we're done with this row. Move my bands a little closer. Close enough that they're not in frame. But there we go. And also, if you just want to purchase a cute, colorful turtle, I mean, yes, the Ukraine turtles are really cute, but if you don't want just a 2-colored turtle, then you can just get a cute, colorful rainbow turtle. But please get the Ukraine turtle, because that was a horrible laugh, ew. But yeah. I'm hoping that it's like cloudy right now and it's kind of snowy. Yes, I know it's April and it's literally snowing. But I want it to get a little sunny so that I can take a thumbnail. Because if it's not sunny for a thumbnail, then I don't use it, and I just wait and retake the thumbnail. Sorry, that wasn't in frame. But I hate when the thumbnails aren't like in the sun. It just annoys me because it doesn't match and the photos usually don't come out as good. Oh my gosh, there's hair everywhere. Usually it's cat hair. So if you have cats, then you know what I mean if you're a loomer. It's so annoying. And I have 3, so there's just hair everywhere. Okay, I am finally almost done with my single increase. And like I said, you should have 24, so I will count my stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So if you're doing spiral, it should be looking like this. And now we're going to do 5 rows of single crochet. So I think I'll do 1 row with you guys, and then the rest you can do off camera, or I'll do off camera and you guys can watch the video, but I'll do 1 with you guys. But it's just single crochets around, so no increasing or decreasing. And if you're doing the spiral, then you should be able to tell because there should be 6 sections of colors and each should have 4, like, of that color stitch. So there's like 4 blue, 4 pink, 4 blue, 4 pink. So that should be the pattern if you're doing the swirl. And I'd really appreciate if in the comments you guys could leave me suggestions on how to make my videos better. Like, not negative feedback, I guess, just if you have something negative to say it in a nice way, I guess. Like, don't say, oh, you need to, like, leave nice suggestions on how I can improve my videos for you guys. So, yeah, just let me know in the comments, because I really want to know what I can do to improve my videos for you guys, so that I can keep on making tutorials, because it's a lot of fun. It really is. The only annoying part is uploading it, because it takes forever. It's so annoying. Even if it's like a super short video, not like short meaning like less than an hour, like it takes so long to upload, and it's just, ugh, it's so annoying. But I'm about to finish my 1 row. So you should have 24 still. So I'm going to go off camera to do my additional 4 rows. And I want you guys to pause the video and do the other, and do the rest off camera as well. And I will see you when I'm done. Okay guys, so I'm back. And this is what your shell should be looking like after 4 more rows. And if you're doing the spiral, this is also what it should look like. And now we are going to want to get our body color out, which I already have. And we're going to do 1 row around, but we are going to be doing a half row, which is only grabbing the inside loop. So I'm going to go into my first blue stitch, and I'm also going to do a color change, but you're only going to go into the inside half of the loop and pull the band through everything and loosely slip knot. Actually, don't slip knot it, just pull it, like stitch it, but don't pull it tightly at all. And now we're gonna go into the front loop and just do a normal stitch with pulling the back 2 over the front one, like so. And just all the way around, just the inside loop. This step is pretty critical, because if you don't, then doing the brim of the shell will be a lot harder. So make sure that you're only doing the inside loop. I was not in frame for that. I was like over here. Okay, so I finished my half row around, and you should still have 24. And it should look like this. And now we're just going to do one single row around, going through both loops this time in green, or your body color. And I'm going to do this off camera just to save some filming time, but just one row of single crochet around in green. And come back to me when you're done. So I'm back, and I finished my one row of single crochet in green, or body color. And now we are going to start decreasing. So we're going to be doing single decrease. So do 2 singles, and then a decrease, the front half of one loop, back half of the next, and make a stitch. So we're going to be doing this all the way around, and then at the end we will have 18 stitches. And after this, all we have to do is the shell brim and then attach everything. I'm really hoping this tutorial isn't super long, because I know people get impatient when watching them. Which is why I don't do everything on camera, so people don't have to watch the tutorial while I do like super repetitive stuff. So I'll probably like attach like 2 of the legs on camera, and then go off and attach the other 2. And you should be ending on a decrease. And like I said, you should have 18 stitches around. I'm not going to count because I know I have 18, but you can count if you want. And now we're going to do single and a decrease around, and you're going to end up with 12 stitches. So we're going to do a single stitch, and then a decrease, and then single and a decrease, and then repeat that pattern all the way around. I hope the lighting is also okay in this video. I feel like if I filmed in evenings, the lighting would be better, because my ring light would just light up this, because the whole room is pretty bright right now, because it's the afternoon. It actually just turned the afternoon. It's 12 o'clock. But I feel like if I filmed like in the evening when it was a little bit darker, then the lighting might be a little bit better. But let me know. So you should have 12 stitches when you're done, and you should end on a decrease. Not gonna count because I know I have 12. And if you don't have 12, then it's not a huge deal at this point. If you have 14 or 13 or 11, doesn't really matter because we're decreasing everything now. But first we are going to stuff. So you will need a good amount of stuffing for this. And just slide your band up on your hook and stuff until it has a nice round shape. I actually think that the amount of stuffing I put in was like perfect, so I'll leave it at that. And now we're going to do a bunch of decreases, so just decrease everything. I don't know why I said a bunch of decreases. We're just going to decrease everything around until we get to the C-clip. Just the front loop, and then the back loop, all the way around. And to close it up, I'm going to be doing my normal closing technique, which is like threading all the bands through, but if you want, you can just keep decreasing and then close up. But I'm going to take my C-clip off and tie a band on and slip knot, and then go through the tops. This is what I usually do. You've probably seen me do it many times before in my tutorials because I usually always do this. I think it just gives it a cleaner look. And you definitely don't want holes for this because of the leg sewing. Once you get all of them, I just like to pull tight and then just tuck that tail in. And now we have our shell, and now we're going to do the shell brim, which is this part. So to do that, we are going to go, you can see this area where we switched to the green from the shell color, and we're going to go through the 2 stitches, and you're going to want your shell colors for this. And you're going to stitch, and then make sure you go into both of the stitches so right in between where they connect, where the 2 colors connect. And we're just going to stitch all the way around. And that's why we did the half row, so that at least the top stitch would stick out for us, so that it's so much easier to do the shell brim. I really do like this color combo. It's the Sweets Pink, and I love all Sweets bands, so of course I love this combo, and I love all the pastels. And I just feel like pink and blue is just a really nice combo. I think I'll definitely add a bow to this one, because I don't think any of the turtles on my Etsy at the moment have a bow. I think the one that I did have a bow when I restocked them was sold, so this one is going to have a bow. And when you're almost to the start, you're going to want to stop so that you can put your C-clip on. And when you get to where you started, it should look like this. And you're going to want to get a C-clip. And I'm not going to do these rows on camera just to save filming time, but you're going to do 2 rows of single crochet around, just 1 single in each of the stitches we made. You can see. So here you can also, just bump my tripod. So we're just going to do 2 rows coming off of the stitches we just did. I don't know how to say that. So we're gonna do 2 rows, and I want you guys to come back to me when you're done. Okay guys, I'm back, and I did my 2 rows. It should be looking like this. And if you already have done, if you already went into the stitch with the C-clip, that is fine. You just want to undo it, and you're going to want to pull your band through everything and slip knot. And now we can fold up that to make the shell brim. that. You can mess around with it. And now we can get to the attaching part. So you're only gonna need your green bands or your body color bands for this, unless you're making a bow at the end. So we're going to want to get all of our body parts. So we're gonna start out with the head. So in my last tutorial for the turtle, I had you guys slip knot it on, but since I have started sewing it on instead, and it looks so much better and it's so much easier. So what we're gonna do is, you can see here, this is the connecting band. And so I go 2 stitches to the right, so 1 and 2, and I'm going to go right here and take the band and pull it through. And then I'm gonna go to the second stitch over and take a loop from the head and sew. And usually I go through 5 stitches at the top, so I'm gonna go through, this is my 3rd one. But if you have your own way of attaching, you do that. Like, I'm not telling you to do this way, but this is the way that I find easiest. So I just do 5 across the top. One more. It's okay if a little bit of stuffing gets caught in your stitches. Oops, I caught an extra band. Okay, so I did my 5 stitches across the top, and now I'm going to just start going down towards the turtle. So I'm going to start just going through stitches on the body and stitches on the head. And just sewing. But yeah, this is so much easier than slip knotting, and it also gives such a cleaner look. And after you do your last stitch, you're gonna do it normally. You're not gonna slip knot it yet. And then towards the very top, I like to go through a stitch and just finish off like this. Like this. And to keep the head up, what I like to do is go through some bottom stitches of the shell and take a stitch on the head and take a green band and pull it through, and then go through another stitch on the shell and slip knot that. So then the head stays up. And now we can tuck these 2 tails in. Come here. And now I'm going to just place my eyes. I don't have an exact placement. It's just really preference. I do like to make sure that they're lined up. Like so. And now we are going to, oh, that's not straight, that eye. There we go. And now we're going to sew on the legs. And I will do 2 with you, and then you guys can go off camera or pause the video, and I'll go off camera and do the other 2. So I'm gonna go into a stitch right here and just take my band, and it's basically just like the head. So go through a stitch on the body and then onto the leg. I don't do every single stitch, I just kind of skip around. There's 7 stitches around on the leg. I usually do either 5 or 6 stitches around. I don't use every single stitch. And like I said, it's just like the head. And you're just grabbing a stitch on the body and then a stitch on the leg and then pulling through. I really hope you guys get this. And when you get to your last stitch, you can pull your band through everything and slip knot. There we go. Oh my gosh, this eye is not lined up. Sorry guys, this is just me messing around because I'm very... There we go, that looks better. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more leg with you guys. So I'm just gonna go right here. And you just pull the band through and just go to like the closest stitch and make sure you're stitching in like a circle. And it's a lot easier to sew on with jelly bands. Just an FYI. Because they just slide and it's so easy. Uh-oh. Some of my stitches came undone. That is fine. Okay. And then you slip knot the last band. And I usually tuck all my tails in at the end. And this is how your legs should be attached. And now I'm just gonna do the other 2 on this side and come back when I'm done. I hope you guys understood how to do the legs, especially just sewing, just like the head. So I'll be back when I'm done. Hey guys, so I finished attaching my legs. I hope you guys did too. And hopefully you didn't have too many problems. I hope you didn't have any problems. I hope you just got through it. And I'm almost done. I'm just going to add a bow to my turtle. So, get some paint. So I'm just gonna do it on my finger because I forgot my little bow maker, my jiggy. So. Sorry, that was basically off camera. Or not in frame, I should say. There we go. Little bow, and I just like to tie a body color band on and just go through up in the head and just pull it through. And also don't forget to tuck all your tails in. And that is how you make this Loomigurumi turtle. I hope you guys enjoyed and understood the video. And if you make a turtle, don't forget to tag me on Instagram at saturn.looms and use the hashtag Saturn Looms. And also, I forgot to say this in the beginning, but thank you for the inspo at Ginger Self. I was inspired to make this design by her baby turtle, so thank you for the inspiration for that, Ginger, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!